Hello, geekos! Welcome to the Wild West Gamer with me, the Wild West Gamer, here in the Gaming Grotto, bringing today the third of our series, which will be looking at games that deserve your hard-earned cashola. Oh yes, the good old green stuff. What should you be spending it upon? What games are out there that deserve to be played and best give you value for value play-wise for the money you're laying down? Because remember, video games nowadays, we're looking at costing about £50, £60. If you're in America, that translates to dollars, I assume, roughly. Games are expensive, and sometimes it's best to look back instead of forward for some of the best experiences to be had. And of course, the main thing to remember is nowadays, games do not necessarily, just because they are well acclaimed and they are from, very popular series, does not necessarily mean they translate into being a game that delivers everything it should for the amount of money you're laying down. But games that do, well, of course, it's going to be one of the games that I'm reviewing today, which is Fallout 3. There it is, there's that bad boy for you. Look at that. Oh yeah. Fallout 3. Fallout 3 definitely deserves your money. First of all, because it's by Bethesda. Now, Bethesda, for me personally, are one of the finest developers in the business. They are aware immediately that when they're making a game, they need to completely suck the player into it. They need to completely involve you in it so that you feel that everything you do is of matter, is of consequence, is of purpose. They want you to feel that when you play as your character is simply an extension of yourself. Yeah? They want you to feel that the world you are in is a world that will happily kill you as quick as offer you, a gold platter. It's a world filled with reward, but you are going to have to pay for it. It's going to cost you. But of course, the fun in that is that you're going to gain experience, you're going to level up, you're going to grow as a character and gain better abilities to make this a little bit easier. And that's really the reward. It's about experiencing this, learning the harshness, the brutality of the worlds they create for you, and then gaining the abilities to overcome that, whether it be through strength or through wit. Bethesda just know how to make good games. That's not to say they're flawless, but they are, as far as the concept, as far as the execution, they are incredibly satisfying and good. And Fallout 3, certainly at the time of its release in 2008, probably was the best game out at the time. And I say that absolutely without embellishment. Very good game. Better games have been released since, of course. Bethesda have topped it themselves with Skyrim. Likewise, I did Far Cry 3 before that. A lot of other games have come out which are certainly better. But you still should have Fallout 3 in your collection. If you're an RPG fan, you definitely should. If you're a fan of post-apocalyptic fiction, you definitely should. If you're just a fan of good games which are going to suck up countless hours of your lives, you should get this game. It covers so many bases. Yes, it's an RPG. It's also a first-person shooter. It's technically a third-person shooter as well. It's an exploration game. It's a horror game. It's in a kind of an action game. There are lots of different. It's kind of a platformer as well in parts. There are so many different aspects to this game which come together to very loosely be considered an RPG, because of course you are most immediately aware of the fact that you are creating a character. There are stats involved, there are perks, there are unlockable abilities that are going to benefit you on your quest, and that does immediately say to you this is an RPG. Even the fact that the VAT system, which lets you essentially queue up attacks, Knights of the Old Republic, any of the good old-fashioned RPGs where you line up abilities, sort of a bit like Lord of the Rings Online, that sort of style. Even that makes you go, well, this is an RPG. But like I say, there are other elements to it. The gunplay, the adventuring, that sort of stuff. The intrigue. It's all there, which sets up this experience, which makes it immediately accessible for people who aren't just hardcore RPG fans. And like I say, this carrying on from Oblivion, they have streamlined it in the same way that from this Skyrim streamlined what Fallout 3 did. This is a lot more accepting for new players, and this is helped by the Pip-Boy, which sits on your arm. The Pip-Boy allows you to seamlessly go between via the screen, the inbuilt screen on the Pip-Boy. It allows you to go between different parts, being your health, what parts of your body are damaged, your equipment, a radio broadcast system which allows you to hear radio signals across the wasteland, as well as also all of your sort of miscellaneous gathered equipment, sort of like letters, documents, stuff like that. I mean, that is just fantastic because you immediately know exactly what you're looking for and where you need to find it. It also helps immerse you in the game, that especially when to access your stuff, you don't go out of the game to go onto a separate menu. You go into your Pip-Boy. He raises up his forearm. You look at this little computer on your forearm, and that's where all your stuff is. And as you go through it, even the little dials and stuff turn on it. Everything about in this game is about immersion, about sucking you into this world and making you feel that you are part of it. And that's really, really good. Oblivion tried to do it. Works for the most part. Certainly the sense of awe and scale. This does it as far as the brutality and the harshness of the world, and Skyrim perfectly executes it for combining both of those things, as well as instilling a sense of beauty and epicness to the world. So what I'm saying is, Bethesda, you see that name on a box, for the most part you can be guaranteed that it's going to be a good game, because they just know how to make you feel that you are part of that world. Fallout 3 follows the exploits of your character, an escapee from Vault 101. I say escapee because you are happy until you have to leave. You are happily a member of Vault 101, and you basically learn the lessons of your young life from what happens there. How to either deal with situations via peaceful negotiation and compromise, or through violence. You learn how to either accept your fate via the GOAT test, or you can change your destiny by getting actually involved in it. You of course learn about the harshness of the world when your father, played by Liam Neeson, I know, right? Liam Neeson playing a father character, shocker. When Liam Neeson's character, your father, leaves the vault, and you are forced to go after him, after the overseer, essentially the lord and master of the vault, who's meant to lead the people there, when he basically wants to hunt you down, as he suspects you of being sort of basically a terrorist or an insubordinate, and you have to leave, and you leave the vault, the safety of the vault, and you're blinded by the new sunlight as you exit it, and there it is, laid out before you, Washington DC, post-apocalyptic Washington DC, this entire wasteland for you to go out and do exactly what you want. Now you have the choice. You go right, you go to Megaton, the wastelander town, or you go left and explore the world. You'll encounter some bandits, I guarantee it, first of all, and some wild dogs. Kill them if you can, strip them of their goods, and then make your way through the world. Do how you want. Go straight, go back, go diagonally, go anywhere in the world. Make your own story. I mean, there's nothing better than, starting the game, doing what you want, leveling up, perhaps a couple levels, gaining some abilities, then hitting the main quest. Nothing in this game makes you have to do the main quest. Just like in Oblivion, just like in Skyrim. Nothing says you have to do this now. This game is about freedom, complete freedom. Be who you want to be. Be a complete and utter asshole, or be the ultimate paragon of light. Be the most generous. Be Jesus if you want. You know what? You can even make him look like Jesus if you want. So why not do it? Do what you want. There's nothing binds you in this world. This world is about harsh lessons. It's about a world where the morality of good and bad, sometimes very hazy at best. That grey line tends to be what you're going to be walking the majority of the time, because sometimes you have to do bad things to get the good stuff to do good stuff. It's a fucked up world, and this game really does teach you the harshness of it, and I love that. I love that about Fallout 3. I really do. Fallout 3, as over most games, really says to you, I know you want to be good, but we're going to give you this situation now where the choices are, you shoot this guy or you shoot this guy. They're both nice guys, but you have to choose one. Otherwise, you can't perhaps get in with this gang of, what barbarians, barbaric wastelanders, who you need to rescue a girl they're holding hostage. That is really the situation this game gives you, and I love that. I love being tested morally. I like games which say to me, "We know you want to play this as a nice guy, but the world don't like that. This ain't a Hollywood film. This is trying to show you what real life is all about." And I love that. This game is like The Road. It's that sort of sense of barbarism and cruelty. And also it's those moments of shining light which really stick out for you. Fallout 3 just is cram-packed full of stuff. I mean, even without the numerous DLCs that came out for it after launch, there is so much in this game, but DLC is a part of it. And if you pick up the Game of the Year edition, or if you're willing to buy the downloads online, you're going to find that this game is almost, well, I don't even know how much more material you'll get. You'll just get so much more. You'll go to other locations, other environments. Other areas other areas which completely transform the way you look at the Fallout world, give you more information about the backstory, as well as introduce new ways of playing the game. Perhaps one of the DLCs from the way I played it felt very much like a sort of arena combat based one. This was the one where you go to Pittsburgh, or the pit. That felt very much sort of like Doom-esque. Some of the weapons are very Doom-esque weaponry. Likewise, another one was almost very much like a Call of Duty sort of Call of Duty inspired DLC, where you fight the Chinese-American War, which leads to the nuclear Armageddon of the Fallout world. And then there are other DLCs, one set in a swamp, which is very eerie, very creepy. Sort of a swamp, but sort of like a squishy sort of quagmire place. Fantastic, really, really good, really nice to have that ability to go to these different places and see different aspects of it. Even there's one where you go up to a alien spaceship and look down upon the ravaged world. Things like that. Really, really cool. Good fun, good fun. Not as great as the actual game itself. Some of the DLCs are a bit hit and miss, but all in all, when you look at the overall package, you just go, God, there is so much material here. And the thing is, with these games by Bethesda, you will be spending hours and hours and hours, I mean hundreds of hours, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours in this world. And you know what? Some people have said to me they've spent like 300 plus hours in these games and just not even discovered nearly half as much as what is in the game. And that really says to me, how big are these games? How much is that? How are you ever going to actually complete this in 100%? And that for some people is just the ultimate challenge. Not to mention there are loads of trophies and achievements for all those achievement trophy hunters out there. So that is Fallout 3. I could go into mass detail about this, but I'd probably be ruining it for people, the people who want to go into this game and really explore it and, find out the secrets for themselves. Needless to say, there's mutants, there's irradiated creatures, there's psychos, there's wild men, there are sort of the remnants of civilization clinging on. There's sort of like a corrupt government agency. There's like sort of there's a sort of like a futuristic Knight's Order. Just fantastic amounts, as well as all the exploration revealing what life was like pre nuclear war. Everything about this game makes you feel that the world is alive. It's a real world. There was a world in the past, there's going to be a world in the future, but you're there in the present shaping it. And it is fantastic. Story's ace. DLC expands the level cap for those of you who love to go as high as you can and really, sort of collect up as much as you can with regard to skills. So yeah, that's it, guys. Really, Fallout 3. For those of you, like I say, going back from Skyrim to this, it's going to be a bit of a kick in the teeth. I know it was for me. There are certain ideas, such as the degradable weapons and armor and a set of things like that, which really, catch you off guard. Nothing like firing off rounds from a shotgun only to find it break when you're being surrounded. Leaving you with fuck all to do but throw bad language at the enemy. Shit like that is a bit of a kick in the teeth. It really makes you go, oh shit, okay, I've got to think carefully now. But that's all part of the fun of the game. Some people like that far more hardcore element to it, and that's fine. If that's your thing, good. If it's not, well, you're going to probably get used to it, to be fair. And if you can't, go back to Skyrim, and look forward to Fallout 4. So yeah, guys, that's it. Fallout 3, really, really enjoyable, really good game, and you will lose yourself in it. A lot of browns and a lot of dull colours in this, but then again, we're talking about the post-apocalyptic Earth, right? So it's not exactly going to be all sunshine and blue skies, but for the most part, Fallout 3 is a fantastic game, and it's a piece of engineering that you're going to just find is certainly worth any money you put down on it. You can easily get this for under a tenner. Probably, I know I got it under a tenner, and I was really happy about that. But if you for some reason were to find it for a full whack, brand new, get it, definitely get it. You can't miss up this opportunity to play a game that was incredibly important. Now, quick thing to mention: if you're getting it for the PlayStation 3, I have heard from numerous sources, and I have good information on this, that the Game of the Year version has a tendency to be quite laggy, choppy, and sometimes very glitchy and buggy. Now, this may be that there's been a patch release, so I wouldn't hold my breath, depending on how long it takes Bethesda to pull their finger out. Likewise, some people have reported that their ones have been fine, and others have reported that theirs have been awful. So it could be, shot in the dark, 50-50, whatever you want to say. So just beware. If you want to get the normal version, just the standard edition for Fallout 3, and then buy the downloadable content online. That apparently works fine, no problems at all. So there's just that to bear in mind. As far as Xbox and that goes, I'm pretty sure that's fine. When I had it on Xbox 360, I never had any problems, and I had the Game of the Year edition. So yeah, but I've not had any problems with this one either. I just want to make that clear. So yeah, there's all that to bear in mind. So yeah, thank you very much, guys, for watching. This was Fallout 3, a review by me, the WildWestGamer, here in the Gaming Grotto. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you guys are enjoying what's coming out, the new stuff going on. I just realised I can watch films online, so I may go and watch me some films and bring out some reviews for you. I think I can smell some pork cooking. Ooh. And I'm really pissed that kids can go on trampolines and bouncy castles and I can't. It really narks me off. So yeah. See you later, guys. Have fun, enjoy your day, be productive, and if not, I don't know, try and put Smarty tubes on a cat's legs. Looks like a robot when it walks. Have fun, guys. See you later. Bye.